Welcome to the Dinar community, your dedicated source for real-time updates, verified reports, and expert breakdowns on Iraq's evolving financial landscape. If you've been closely monitoring the anticipated shift in Iraq's exchange rate policy and the broader scope of monetary reform, then today's announcement is a defining moment that could reshape everything. After years of analysis, speculation, and waiting, we now have confirmed data. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI), in collaboration with the World Trade Organization (WTO), has officially published Iraq's real effective exchange rate (REER), a development that could mark a historic shift in the nation's economic trajectory. REER announcement, institutional legitimacy. Unlike past rumors or speculative reports, this update is backed by institutional documentation and international coordination. It's not just an economic update. It's a clear signal that Iraq is aligning with global financial standards, moving beyond domestic politics or rhetorical promises. The REER, or Real Effective Exchange Rate, plays a crucial role in global economics because it offers a much deeper insight into a currency's true value than the nominal exchange rate. Whereas nominal rates are often influenced by short-term policy decisions or market noise, the REER is based on real economic fundamentals, such as inflation rates, productivity, trade balances, and relative prices across Iraq's trading partners. This makes the REER a more accurate and comprehensive reflection of the Iraqi dinar's true strength in the global economy. Validation of long-held beliefs. For years, analysts and currency watchers have argued that the Iraqi dinar is undervalued compared to its real purchasing power. With the REER now officially released, we finally have hard data confirming what many have long believed: the dinar's true market value is significantly higher than previously acknowledged. This validation has far-reaching implications, not just for Iraq's trade and investment potential, but also for domestic economic strategy. It reaffirms the trust held by both Iraqi citizens and global stakeholders in Iraq's long-term financial prospects. Wider context, broader reforms. To put this in perspective, Iraq has been working on a comprehensive reform agenda for more than a decade. These changes go well beyond exchange rate policy. The country has been modernizing its banking infrastructure, cracking down on corruption, and shifting its economy away from over-reliance on oil by encouraging diversification. These reforms have been supported by powerful global institutions such as the IMF and World Bank, giving credibility to Iraq's restructuring efforts. The REER release is not a standalone event. It's part of a coordinated series of milestones aligning with key international discussions and planning sessions. Strategic significance, global partnerships. This is more than a technical announcement, it's a strategic milestone. Meetings between Iraqi officials and institutions like the IMF, WTO, and the U.S. Treasury have increased in both frequency and substance. These are no longer symbolic. They're part of a broader economic strategy to integrate Iraq into the global financial system. The REER now acts as a benchmark for global investors, economists, and policymakers. It represents a move away from speculation and toward evidence-based currency valuation. Although the exact REER figure hasn't been disclosed in this release, sources within Iraq's Economic Council suggest it is well above the official rate of 1,310 dinars per US dollar, further strengthening the argument for an upcoming revaluation. Restoring confidence, systemic impact. The importance of this release cannot be overstated. For years, Iraq's low nominal exchange rate was seen as artificially suppressed. Now, for the first time, observers can measure the dinar's value in a global context. This is a critical moment for revaluation watchers and long-term investors. The REER is not a speculative figure. It's a credible, data-backed indicator that Iraq's currency has untapped strength. Perhaps more important than the number itself is the message it sends: Iraq is back on the global stage and ready to do business. With institutional backing and increasing transparency, trust is being restored, both domestically and internationally. Institutional reforms, tangible actions. Recent weeks have also seen major institutional reforms to support this monetary shift. The CBI has reshuffled banking leadership, enhanced financial oversight, and implemented new governance frameworks that meet global transparency standards. These aren't cosmetic changes. They are part of a broader transformation to increase accountability, build credibility, and shift Iraq from policy promises to policy execution. A strong currency influences every aspect of life, from wages and pricing to contracts and investment terms. As trust is rebuilt, we're seeing money flow back into Iraq's banking system, a significant step for both stability and growth. Global perception shift, from fragility to strength. Iraq's story is shifting in real time. International analysts and media are now referring to Iraq as a recovered economy. That label matters. It influences credit ratings, investment flows, and trade negotiations. Iraq is no longer seen as a high-risk, post-conflict state. It's increasingly viewed as an emerging market with real potential. Regional powers like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar have already increased their investments in Iraqi sectors such as infrastructure, banking, and renewables. Next steps, currency reform and trade strategy. One key reform being re-emphasized is the deletion of 3 zeros from the dinar, long seen as symbolic of economic stabilization and modernization. This change will simplify financial transactions and further support institutional trust. Iraq is also deepening its engagement with global trade entities like the WTO, signaling its intent to become a serious competitor in international commerce. A properly valued currency is central to this effort. Underpriced rates hurt competitiveness and weaken Iraq's negotiating position. Now, with the REER published, Iraq enters the global economic conversation with confidence and credibility. Oil pricing and future outlook. There are also discussions underway about pricing oil in dinars, a move that would redefine demand for the local currency. Whether or not this happens in 2025 remains uncertain, but it's part of a larger economic realignment already in motion. This is not hype, it's structured reform, driven by data and supported by international cooperation. Conclusion, entering a new financial chapter. As Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani has emphasized, Iraq is committed to regaining its former economic stature. While a return to the dinar's 1980s strength, over $3 to $1 United States dollar, is unlikely in the near term, the trajectory is now clear. From publishing the REER to implementing banking reforms and deepening international partnerships, Iraq is on a path of meaningful progress. This is no longer theoretical. It's measurable, structured, and purpose-driven. The REER isn't the end of the journey, it's the first critical step. Future updates may include stricter monetary policy, deeper trade integration, digitization of the banking sector, and stronger anti-money laundering compliance. Each step further validates Iraq's financial transformation, not just on paper, but in real-world resilience and performance. Final thoughts. To all who have believed in Iraq's future, held the dinar with patience, or followed its economic story from afar, this moment represents confirmation and early vindication. This is what real value looks like, earned, supported, and globally acknowledged. Iraq's financial future is no longer a question of if, but when, and now, we can say with confidence that journey has begun. Like and subscribe for more videos.